Here in beautiful Mammoth, California. For the past 5 days, I've been testing out my Dometic fridge and PLB40 setup. It's been working pretty nicely. I haven't seen many reviews on this setup, so I thought I'd go through it for you guys. Here's the setup. I have the battery pack hooked up to a cigarette lighter that is not hardwired. This is just a factory outlet right here. And then the battery is connected to my fridge. I'm using a 2-pin setup versus, the cigarette lighter setup there. That's just my preference because it locks in there. It's not going to go anywhere pretty much. But yeah, right now the battery is at 46%, which is actually the lowest it's been this whole entire trip. But I have been parked here at this campsite in beautiful BLM for, I would say, 2 days now. I have driven about 15 minutes just to go to some rock climbing spots around the area, but that's really about it. And the fridge right here has been at 34 degrees. That's what I've set it at for the whole entire trip. And it's been spot on practically the whole entire trip, which is amazing. And pretty much, that's about it for this setup. Super simple, all plug and play. I was going for something that I could just throw inside the truck for this trip and pretty much just have it work. I was a little worried at first that the battery pack was not going to charge fast enough through the cigarette lighter port over there, but I was lucky and it works out perfectly. Later down the road, I do plan on going with a 100-watt solar panel. I'm looking at Renogy's kit they carry. Comes with pretty much everything you need in order to wire solar panels to either a secondary battery or even your primary battery. The only thing with that is I don't think there's any plug-and-play kit with the solar panels going directly to my Dometic battery. So pretty much the Dometic battery at that point would kind of just be a backup battery, which I don't really mind because, on this trip I have found myself charging my phone using that battery and all that sort of stuff. So pretty much that's what the Dometic will primarily be used for, is just charging accessories. And if the solar panels don't work for any reason, if they fail during the trip, I could easily hook my fridge up to it. So that's kind of the plan for this truck. But as I said earlier, as long as you're staying on the road, driving at least 30 minutes per day, that battery pack, for me at least, with my stock cigarette lighter, it charges about 20%, which will last you about, I'd say, 18 hours. So pretty much a whole day worth of charge you can get out of 30 minutes of driving, which is nothing. Go off-roading for a little bit, go check out the town. You got a whole nother day of charge for your fridge. But yeah, that's just my first-hand experience as far as what I've noticed within the last 5 days of using this setup. Obviously I've got a lot more testing to do. 5 days is not near enough to talk on it that in depth, but yeah, that's my 5-day review of it. So there is my 5-day review of the Dometic CFX3 55IM and the Dometic PLB40. I believe that's what the battery is called. For me, it's worked amazing. Over the last 5 days, the battery has kept my fridge at 34 degrees. And pretty much every single day I've noticed about a 20% loss in battery percentage, which really isn't that bad. As I stated earlier, within 30 minutes of driving, you've pretty much totally replenished that. So it works perfect. And I highly suggest this setup. There's absolutely no crazy modifications that I've done. All I did was hook up that battery pack to my factory cigarette lighter, and it's been charging super quick, and it's just been a treat for me.